Hello, hello, how's it going? Welcome. Today, it's all about listening to all of you. We're gonna listen this time. I don't know if you could hear that. I don't think you could. That's why I stop it. Yeah, let's put a little bit of music while we wait. It's gonna be the same, just a lot lower. Interesting day today. So, yeah, how's it going? Hope everything is going okay. Hope all of you are having a great day as well. Uh, I'm trying to find where am I, all my stuff. Yeah, cool days, cool days. Okay, by popular demand, and because I don't want to do this again, because I hate that song. Even though it's a great song, I just don't like it. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Emmett song, and it's gonna be the one time I'm gonna play the Emmett song. I might play it again. So the people who are in chat right now, the greatest chat on the internet, those are on chat right now, are gonna get to listen to the Emmett song. That one person watching is gonna listen to the Emmett song. Everyone else will have to imagine or rewind to listen to the Emmett song. Okay? In fact, I'm gonna make an announcement. I'm gonna let you guys, the only people on chat, to tell everybody else that we're gonna listen to the Emmett song. And once that happens, I will play it. And no other time will I play the Emmett song on the stream for the moment. Maybe later on, maybe if you grease me enough, I'll play it. I'll be like, okay, fine. You give me some money, I'll play it. I will have to say that I created a Cash App, so I should be able to pin it on top and just get my Cash App going. So this is my Cash App. Let me see if I can just pin it to the top. Pin message. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and do that, just do it. I'll probably unpin it and pin back with the link so that people can call in and we can have something going on. I'll ask to the people watching me, or to the one person watching me. Uh, do I? Can you guys hear me? Does everything sound fine? Yeah, no, maybe. Okay, let's start the struggle session. I haven't streamed in a couple of days, which means no one's gonna be here looking at me, I guess. I'm gonna have to do the struggle session. Oh no, and Greed just went live. Everything's happening all at the same time. My god, okay, well. It just happened, you know? It happens to happen. Fun stuff today. So yeah. I have a couple of announcements. I'll let people roll in if anybody wants to roll in so I can start with my announcements. So yeah. Perfect. I can hear myself. I know it works. I know it works. Okay. Anyway, today is gonna be a day about a little bit of announcement. I hope someone calls in so I can talk about what PDSD hotline is. This is an awareness thing. You should be aware that you may be suffering from PTSD. Okay, so 2 more minutes. I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes. At 6:55, I'm gonna play the Emmett song. Whoever is here is here. Whoever's not here is not here. That's how it works. That's how it rolls. After that, if anybody wants to play the Emmett song, it's gonna be a grift session. I'm gonna grift all of you if you do that to me. Hey, Aiden. Welcome to the 1-800 PDSD Awareness hotline. If you had a debate this week you want to talk about, you want to share your feelings, go through the struggle with us, you are more than welcome. Um, we're just waiting. I'm gonna give it 1 more minute. This is for us to listen to a great song, the Emmett song. And yeah, I'm also gonna be talking about doing things like this. This is a gift. I made it for a friend. This is Abe's obvious. Like I made it for Abe in other words, and I think it's pretty cool. And you can get your own. I'll be talking about how to get your own, what you need to do, and if you need to do anything. So, welcome. Thank you for being here. Now we're just listening to a little bit of tunes. Okay, great. Now time to do the Emmett song. Oh my god. It is what it is. Just have to do it. Interesting. There we go. Brought to you by Mr. Abe Lincoln himself. Well, there you go. By popular demand, I guess. so yeah, fun stuff. I'll probably go ahead and get the link, get everything ready so that we can have a good little show today. Before that, I will be plugging it a little bit. This is my job. I made these small animation and pixel art. If you want to get your own pixel art character, I will be taking a $10 gift donation, and if you give me that, I'll make it on stream with you watching, and you can give me a little bit of directions of what kind of character you want for me to make for you. I will be fixing it up, choosing it up as long as I go. Hopefully I'll get a bunch of requests and I'll be millionaire by the end of the year. But you can only dream. Today is a great day. Today we're gonna have a very, very interesting topic, and it's the PDSD awareness. Post-debate stress disorder. And the PTSD is about you having a debate and having that feeling that you could have done something else, something more. I could have been better. That's the whole point. And maybe you could have, but most of the time we couldn't. I was gonna have a completely new background for today, but I slacked off and did other stuff like pixel art instead. Yay, life of an artist, an artist. So I'll have it next week. I'll be absolutely sure to finish it. I have a couple of things to do. So yeah. H Mo. I don't understand what you're asking me, Aiden. If you have any, if you have any doubts, sure you can go ahead and let me know. But I don't understand the question. Um, maybe we will have a call with Abe. Maybe not. Beth obviously can call in. Hope John and K2 maybe coming. Um, about this, you mean about the PDSD? The PTSD, as I said, is the post-debate stress disorder, and it happens when you have a debate and you feel like you could have done better. Like that time you said you think about it, you're like, oh, I missed this argument, or I should have said this. If you have any, if you've ever been in a debate online and you had that feeling, you can call in and we'll go through your debate and maybe you can tell us why you feel that, and maybe we can figure out what, if anything, you could have actually done better. That's the whole point of the PTSD hotline. I hope that's clear enough. Maybe it's my accent, and if it's my accent, then yeah, nothing I can do there. Cause I don't listen to it. In regards to the character, the pixel art character is just I can do one for you. You send that donation, and I'll do one for you. Uh, um, yeah. Hope that's clear now. WWE. Alright. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. I think we'll start the show a little bit with. Um, we can continue with the worst debate ever, which is the Marte debate, but I think I'll spare myself from that for the moment, and I'll just go ahead and get the Spiro debate with Shiva, which is a very fun debate that we saw yesterday. And we'll go through it. I think it was a very interesting debate, and I think the way that Spear was able to come back from that debate and actually beat Shiva is also very, very cool and very, very fun. So we'll do that. That seems to me like the best thing to do. Oh, yeah. There's another thing I can show you, real quick. God. So this was done by Dan, one of our friends. I think it's incredible. So I think there's a full reveal for that song. Pretty awesome. And you could probably go ahead and watch it. I don't understand. Hey man. Pretty cool. This is yesterday, I think. That's a I've never watched this one. Let's watch this one. I heard like clips from it, but I've never actually seen it.
I would wonder how he, what method he takes to figure out if
what the actual. Oh my god! What the fuck with that? Every single time, something weird with the Thorbs.
the power structure he's trusting is good or not. But whatever. He's muted.
So
I take the Pennywise option.
we have a 1v1 request.
What a statement. Every single time I see fucking Ben Thorpe doing anything, he's like weird ass. He's just weird. Fucking weirdo. That's what he is.
Oh boy.
Between Ben and Andrew, and the topic they want is, can fathers love too much?
Okay.
Hey Corey,
I guess. You ready,
how are you
Andrew?
doing?
I would say no.
All right, I'm gonna hop down 5-minute 1v1. Then I'm putting the poll in for you guys to vote for who the winner is. 10 to add a minute. Let's do this.
All right. I don't know how to answer this question, but I would say obviously the answer is no. A father can't love his daughter too much.
You mean map as in the you know, in the leather people idea, or I'm doing great. You missed the Emmett song though. I played it. Not playing it again unless someone pays for it. I don't know what you mean by map, Aiden. Like, I need full statements, dude. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you.
Andrew,
What are we debating here?
can fathers love their daughters too much? It's obviously a setup for me, but go ahead.
Oh,
Can
for
a
the,
father
for
love
the
his daughter
stupid-
too much?
Well, the thing is, though, Ben, can you explain to me why you thought it was a good idea to go on Lolcow Live and lean more into the incest stuff again? Do you think that that's really going to propel your career? Because it hasn't.
All right, so that's a separate debate.
I don't know if he's a map or anything. I'm not gonna go ahead and make that statement. But I can tell you, every fucking time I see him on screen, he's doing something fucking weird. So I can tell you that much.
Yeah, but that's
But
part
I
of the
guess we're
loving
gonna
the
go
daughter
there.
too much.
So do we
The whole
agree?
point was leaning into it, right? The whole point is that you lean into this shit. Why do you keep leaning into it? Why won't you just stop?
Well, okay, so that's what you're saying. This is the debate.
I'm saying that that's what the setup seems to be.
Well, on the
that they're
Lolcow
making-
Live, a guy said that Grace was degenerate. I came on to say, like, what do you mean degenerate? He said, you say you flirt with your daughter, and I explained flirting,
and you
then I
leaned
was
into it
bounced.
again. You just keep
Okay, but
leaning
that's
into
actually
it.
not leaning in.
It is leaning into
so
it.
I will give you an answer to your question why I'm willing to make statements, which I think if you read them straightforwardly are not controversial. I'm not.
Yep, in the words of Dora. The reply should be there is, I guess. But I don't know. He's just fucking weird. He's just a fucking weirdo. +5 equals. Yeah, the answer is yes, Aiden, I guess.
Being a provocateur, but I do think that a lot of young people, especially on the internet, are seen as dangerous and sexually dangerous to interact with, and I do think that's a huge problem. I don't think it's a problem. For example, a lot of people on the internet think that if I was to flirt with a girl who's under 18, flirt, in other words, which means playfully talk,
See, but
depending
that's
on
the
her
problem,
age,
right? The
appropriately.
language right there, right?
Oh lord. He's fucking weirdo. Even if you're not gonna say, you know, Andrew's right, obviously. It's like, well, the problem is it's basic geometry. My bad. I don't know where the y. Wouldn't it be y? X plus 5 equals y? I think it would be y, not x. Corey, please. Yeah. Get with the times. Yeah, Andrew's just right about the language. Why would you say flirt?
That's
So I have a
it's
chatter. Yeah, well,
it's
I think it's perfectly fine.
unnecessarily provocative, and the only purpose of it is to lean into it because you think it drives controversy. It's always been a
No,
stupid
I
tactic.
think it's actually an
Just like
important point.
if you because of your age, if you were a person who made an offhand comment of, "Oh yeah, I like to flirt," with girls who are around me or something like this, as a throwback, I think that people would have been fine with it. But instead, you just keep running with it and running with
Okay.
it and running with it while the entire internet eviscerates you. Why do you do that? Stupid.
Well, because I think there's a moral hysteria. I think there's a
Yeah, but I
Phariseeism
think
and a
that
moral.
There's no Y in Geometrex. Makes sense.
Grace, I think that
needs to be
Grace
pushed back on by good men like
yeah,
me.
but what you've done by proxy of doing this is you've wrecked Grace's career.
That's true. I think Grace would have a better career if Ben would be a freaking schizo. Because I do think that like 90% of the controversial takes from Grace Thorpe comes from this guy. And he's the one that's trying to get her to be kind of a lol cow at the same time. At the same time.
Fucking stupid. Why did you I still don't really understand why you did that, because by you leaning into it, what Grace is famous for on the internet, and she's not famous, but what she's famous for on the internet
This statement is the viral statement.
is that people think that you had sex with her, Ben. That's what.
Well,
she's
Andrew,
famous
that
for.
was inevitable on the internet because I'm an extremely good-looking, charming guy, and Grace is an good-looking, charming girl, and we have a nice chemistry.
There's
on
plenty,
the internet,
there's plenty of
let me just
good-looking
finish.
people who aren't accused of
on
incest.
the
Ben.
internet, people are going to say incest.
Yeah, some
And
people. So there's
that's
yeah, a
just
minority.
inevitable.
You're that's right, Corey. I didn't think about that at all. But it looks like he looks to be ready to exit the school as soon as possible, though.
There's a minority of trolls who might make those wild, outrageous claims, and people
I got that, Aiden, for the first time. Yeah, that was a KO. It's a fucking KO.
would dismiss them, except that you lean into them.
You know who started making
it
them
has
first?
gotten to the point.
Christians like you. Christians
Yeah, I
like
never.
You. Not you.
I never.
Not you.
I never.
Christian.
I never
Right,
affirmed that that was true. In fact, I said that people were stupid and that it was a bit that you dumbasses wouldn't drop. But that's what she's famous for. What she's famous for is being a lolcow who people laugh at because they think that she has sex with you, Ben.
Do you really think they think that? No, they don't think that.
I've seen enough now that people, I do think I've seen actual highly skilled political commentators, guys that I would consider skilled commentators, who dive into it and seem to lean into the why don't they deny it? I don't really understand. This doesn't really make any
deny
sense.
it. I've never touched my daughter inappropriately in any way.
Yeah,
There's only so many times I can say that.
Yeah, but
or any of my
the way. Oh my god. I hate it. I hate to say what I'm gonna say, but the way he said it, it's the problem here. There are times in which you can actually deny shit and you have to accept the narrative. You don't have to be like super mean about it or like give it a lot of time. It could be like, listen, I'm not gonna talk about it. The answer is no, and you can go fuck yourself. And that would be perfectly acceptable, especially in those cases, right? If I had someone and they were accusing me of something stupid, I would be like, you're fucking retarded. It's done. You know, I don't have to talk about this. The answer's no. And that would be it. What he did is the opposite of that. Oh my god, what do I have to say? It's like, just fucking say no, I guess. You know? Oh my god, do I have to say? Just say no, maybe. Does that sound like a big ask?
problem,
or a
the
woman ever.
problem, yeah, but the problem, Ben, is
Although I
saying
did hit up Rachel
when you-
once, and I do.
when you
apologize.
say words like inappropriate or something like that, how do we know you don't think an incestuous relationship is appropriate?
I believe in the Catholic Church's teaching about incest,
Right. Okay.
straightforwardly.
So, but this is my thing, right? It's like, why lean into it? You have so many people.
Well,
now
I
who
told
believe
you
this.
why. I told you why, because I think there's a moral hysteria. Andrew, let me ask you this question.
Yeah, he's that is what he's saying. He's saying that he's leaning into it because he thinks there's a moral hysteria. So the criticism is correct. When I go ahead and make statements that are against like the moral hysteria of people, that is understandable. Although I will never make that fucking argument, right? Because it's fucking disgusting, and I think it affects other people. It would affect if I had a daughter. It would affect my daughter if people were telling that I would be doing something inappropriate to her. So you have to be careful when it comes to debates. You cannot be complete dumb about it. If you're not ready to make an argument. Just, be careful on what you say and why.
If our Lord has one message to people in regards to sexuality, what do you
It's
think?
not
it
to
was?
lean into incest claims.
Well, he was accused of leaning into hanging around with prostitutes, right?
No. I don't.
No. He wasn't. I don't know where the fuck did they get this idea that Christ was just surrounded by whores or strumpets. But that was not the case. And when they came to like see him or anything like that, he would rebuke them. He would tell them to stop fucking sinning. I don't know where this fucking idea of he was just he went with all of the bad people and he was just hanging out with them. It's like, no, he wasn't. And when he found one of them, he rebuked them and told them to stop fucking sinning. I don't understand where they got this fucking idea that he was surrounded by strumpets. Fucking weird.
Was it?
No. He wasn't.
Well,
he
he
wasn't
was.
accused of
Prostitutes and
leaning into
tax collectors. Well,
Yeah.
and he didn't say like I would never talk to them, right? And he came to the defense of a woman who was about to be stoned.
You're not Jesus
I think our
Christ.
Lord.
Yeah, Ben, you're not
I
Jesus
didn't say
Christ.
I was,
and
but I'm
and
a
not only that,
Christian.
yeah, I get it.
That's
But
a
the thing
weak
is that
response, Andrew.
the persecution, there is no persecution of you. What happened was this. Here was the series of events. You wanted some clout, and you noticed that saying this in an evasive way brought you a lot of
No.
attention, so you
No,
rolled
Andrew,
with it.
no, get your timeline right. When I came on the internet, I wanted to be a debater, a religious debater. That's when I encountered you. There was none of this talk. Now,
Can you imagine fucking Bernthorpe as a religious debater? I mean, he's been. Last time I saw him with Rob Noor, and he was talking about being a complete fucking centrist, and I don't even know what a centrist is, because the political system is so fucking weird that I don't understand what is the center of the political system. Is he like kind of in favor of of spending a lot of money and then kind of in favor of not spending a lot of money? And what is a fucking centrist? I don't know. Yo, Cree Dog, welcome.
It has nothing
it
to
is
do with this,
inevitable that a guy like me, a masculine man, is going to. If I was by myself, what would they call me? If I was this kind of guy playing this role, they're going to call me a pedophile and a rapist, right? Because good men,
Nobody
by
would call you
losers,
that.
Are always accused of two things, Andrew.
They're not going to
accused
call
of
you that.
being violent and sexually out of control.
So lean into it. That's the idea. It's like, I am this, so I have to accept it. I don't know. One of the big problems that I have with the way people say sorry online, especially the leftists, is they make all this fucking circus about it. And in reality, you don't need to do that. It could be like, Oh fuck, I did something stupid. I'm sorry about that. That would be it. That's it. Yeah, I fucked up. Sorry about that. We can move on. Instead, what we hear is, I've learned. I am a better person now. I have changed, and I don't do that kind of thing anymore. I am different. But the opposite is stupid. The opposite would be like, yeah, I'm a fucking racist and shit, and I hate everyone. Like, oh, come on, dude, shut up. You can move on. You can just move on.
That's
no,
what
Ben, that's
people with
cope.
daddy issues
Bro,
accuse guys like me of.
Ben, that's
being.
cope. Yes, there will always be
Totally.
Let me go ahead and try to check that out real quick. I don't fucking know what's going on with this mic. Should be working fine. Just check the levels. Okay, I'll put the actual video a little bit lower so you can hear it. I might need to get a new microphone, but it is what it is.
Trolls there'll always be trolls who might say that, but you really kind of sidestep this issue. And so let's bring it back. You thought that leaning into it was fun and it brought you a lot of attention because it was provocative, but it came back to burn
That's
you.
a good point.
Hang on, Ben. I'm almost done. I'll let you respond. But it came back to you to haunt you. And literally what you're famous for, what you and Grace are famous for together on the internet, and the reason you're invited to places like Locale Live is because people think you actually have sex with her, Ben. They really do
I don't
believe
think
that.
so. No,
Man,
actually,
I've heard it from so many people at this point
Yes,
that I have
okay,
a hard
Andrew,
time believing they don't think so.
Andrew, if I make a simple point of saying, for example, that there are 15-year-old girls on the beach, and you'll say I'm doing this now, that there are 15-year-old girls you might see at the beach, and you'll have an instinctual sexual reaction if they're fully formed to them. I think that's an important thing to say, is absolutely uncontroversial. Now, will people say you're a pedophile and a pedophile defender if you say that? Yes. Fuck them. And if it gets me clout.
And if it gets me clout, it's totally fine. Yeah, let's just say this kind of shit. It's totally fine.
By
For
saying
fuck's sakes.
something which totally normal, which any normal human being would say, then that's great too. If that makes me infamous as a pedophile,
Yeah, okay. Well,
fuck
then why
them.
don't you?
I got
why
a
don't you
dick and balls,
explain-
and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, can
and
you
my dick
explain-
and balls
Can
react
you
to
calm
beautiful
down, Ben?
women
Calm
of
down, Ben.
whatever age. In my case, after puberty, the same way everyone else's does, but we won't admit it.
Okay, Ben. Well, you know who else took this route? Mr. Girl.
Yeah. Well, Andrew's just trying to give him the idea that there are better ways of taking these kinds of things, the criticism. There are moments that you have to realize that some arguments are not worth it, and it took me a long time to realize this. So some arguments they're actually not worth it to have, and you can just let them go, and it's gonna be fine. And I think him pretending that he can just accept it is like take the L on this and be happy with it. It's just weird.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you
Mr.
think
Girl.
Do you
Mr.
think it
Girl
did
had
well
some-
for him? Do you
I think he
it did
did something
good
a little
for
bit
Max
different.
Carson?
I think he did
No,
something a little
no.
bit different.
He literally was saying the exact same thing that you're saying right now.
I think it
The
did
exact same
get
thing.
him
In
a
fact,
lot.
he went on Vosh's stream and they had an engagement where this
Yeah.
was his exact argument to Vosh.
Yeah, I think he did bring some light to things. Yeah, by being
Yeah, and
provocative.
and
I don't
and how
think he
did that
always
work
rode
out?
the line right.
Yeah, how did that work out?
I don't know how it worked out. I don't
Well,
think.
I suppose badly. Mr. Girl's a fucking moron. I think Mr. Girl has some kind of autism, an actual true autism, and yeah. But Corey, listen, it's a tree, okay? I can't have this debate. I can't have this debate right now.
I
Let
don't
me
think-
explain to you how it worked out. How it worked out was YouTube snuffed out his entire career. threw him off the platform. DGG dropped him. He ended up streaming to his own website and barely making enough money to scrape by. Now he makes edgy songs about being a PDF
Okay,
file,
how
which
did
is
our
fucking
Lord's
insane.
life work out? How did our Lord's life work out?
He
How
came
did
to
the
die
lives
for
of the
our
apostles
sins.
work
Max
out?
Carson did
How
not.
did the
Max
the
Carson did not
apostles-
come to die for your right to talk about underage women being hot to you, Ben.
God. This debate is... this is one of the worst debates I've ever seen in my life. Not because they're horrible debaters. It's because Ben just doesn't get it. He doesn't fucking get it. You don't have to... There are things that are better off. You know, there are moments when it came to Christianity where it said, be humble as a dove and fast like a serpent. I'm gonna go ahead and find. I'm gonna find it. That's what I'm gonna do. Wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So what that means is sometimes you could let some arguments fucking go, and it's gonna be okay.
You didn't come to Earth
how
to
did
tell
you-
us that, Ben.
Okay, was he the way, the truth, and the life?
Yes, you're not.
Okay, so
you
if I'm
talking about
speaking the truth
underage
and I
girls being
suffer
hot
for
at the
that,
beach is
then
not the way,
I
the
am
truth, and the life.
unworthy.
Yeah,
Would
true.
that I be
It's
worthy
not the
to
way.
suffer as he suffered? I'm not a baby and a bitch like you who has to
Welcome,
make money
John
with
Bert.
grifts. I don't give a fuck if I tell the truth and I tell it honestly and openly.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
They
You
can
make
all
up
come
shit.
and-
Ben,
They can all
Ben.
come and crucify me. Would that I was worthy of the sufferings of our Lord.
Yeah, I know. What are they crucifying you for? Because you just have to talk about how hot you find underage women at the beach? You think that that's smart?
Yeah, I think it's smart. Yes, I do. And I
Okay,
think there are an
yeah.
increasing number of normal people, and I think you're one of
Mhm.
them, who recognize the truth of that statement, at least, that is true. And that this hysteria about pedophilia makes no sense. And a lot of it is just envy from losers on the internet who need to get the fuck out of here. Now, if you want to talk about Mr. Girl's real downfall was when he interacted with that little bitch, Stephen Kenneth Bonnell, who you've been listed from, as well as me. He called me the most dangerous man he's ever encountered. He's got
You weren't on the
right
blacklist.
about that.
You weren't on the blacklist, Ben.
No, I'm beyond the blacklist. I'm like with you when you couldn't even speak my name. That's how bad it was. But
Yeah, I hope you're having a great weekend, Bird. JB, sorry. I'm just hoping anybody wants to call in. You can always tell me if you want to call in. I'll give you a link. And yeah, you can tell me about your weekend and about how the PTSD is going on your life.
There was
I
no
do
couldn't.
think
I just didn't give you any.
I will say that after this debate, Ben probably had a lot of PTSD. Probably untreated. Untreated PTSD can lead you to these kind of horrible, awful things. Okay, we have a winner, I guess. You can call in Corey. That's okay, John. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, JB. I'll wait for him and I'll just continue with this for the moment. Thank you, Aiden. Yeah. As I said, this is just for us to be able to do it. Awesome, Corey. If you wanna, I'm gonna put you on stage and I'm gonna change scenes. Okay. I can't hear you. Yeah. Oh,
I thought he was doing pretty good.
you think so?
Andrew, the other guy, he's a little creepy.
Yeah, the other guy is just weird. He's just a weirdo. I mean, I don't want to have any trouble with the guy though. I have enough on my own.
I mean, as long as you don't make no definitive statements and you just keep it speculative.
Oh god. But yeah, he's a weirdo. He is kind of a weirdo, right?
Well, it's one of those things. Like, what do you accomplish by arguing this position?
There are some specific cases that I can see people trying to get them. I've been doing this, for example, when they bring up the idea of the when God commands Israel to kill of the Amalekites, I think it is. And I just put them in context, right? Like, well, this is war, right? Yeah, okay, fine. So if it's war and they're saying like you gotta kill everybody, because it's on the war, and let's say they were trying to use the woman and the children as shields, would you still do it? And they usually they don't get the question, and they try to tell me that they don't want to ask the question. But at some points, it's like if it's such a losing argument, especially that one, we know it's wrong. It's like it's not a good thing. It may happen, not a good thing. Why would you even fucking defend it? It would be like, yeah, I know. Bad stuff fucking happens. I don't know.
And now, is this guy a Christian?
Ben, he's supposed to be a Catholic. Although, as I said, he was last week on Rob Snore, and he came out like, "Oh, I am a big centrist now." So I'm not entirely sure if he's actually a Catholic or not. I have no idea.
Well, it's kind of like the Joe Biden Catholicism.
Mm. It's probably Joe Biden Catholicism.
Yeah, I mean,
More than likely.
that's a very popular branch nowadays.
So the show is called the 1-800 PDSD, and what we talk is about if you it's a call-in hotline. If you have any debates or anything you're having like regrets doing this week, we can talk about it. If you want to continue just watching this debate, we can continue just watching the debate. But I'm giving you.
You want to finish
floor.
this one out and then?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Clout because you were a fucking little clout goblin, constantly
weren't
nipping at
able
my
to.
heels. And by the way,
You weren't
for
able
no
to.
reason, no reason for it. Never did
No
anything
reason
to
for
you,
what?
except said I didn't want to engage with you anymore because you were fucking annoying.
Oh, now we're gonna get personal. Andrew, you were a bitch. You banned me.
No, you were
I-
a bitch. You were hanging on my fucking balls for dear life for clout.
When did I ever ban you from my chat? When?
Who cares? You don't have a big enough chat to ban anyone, Ben.
Never. Oh, it's getting pretty big, Andrew.
No, it's tiny. It's still a fucking sub 100 channel for the most part, man. Even when you go on
No,
these
it's never
locale
sub
lives,
100.
the reason is, Ben, is for just as, and I've always been honest with you. You're not a good entertainer. That's
not
on
true.
you. It's not on me. No, it's true.
I'm
you think putting a ball
way
gag?
better than
You think
you.
putting a ball gag on your fucking in your mouth? when you get
Absolutely
needed
goddamn
is good
right. That's
entertainment?
absolutely right, because I'm showing you.
Did you see that? Did you see he putting a fucking mouth gag at the beginning of during the show?
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like it's that attention grabbing that kids do. Cause like my kid will do. I mean, not shit like that, but like he'll do shit that he knows is kind of the only reason why he's doing it is he's seeking attention. So that's
Okay.
kind of what it be.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. I know what you mean. Yeah, he's seeking attention. I agree with that, and I think it's part of what Andrew's trying to tell him. Like, it makes you look. It makes you look bad. You shouldn't do it, and it's a stupid thing to do. I think that's the actual crux of the matter.
People that what you
Yeah,
are. is a
nobody
bunch of
wants to.
fags
Nobody wants to
who-
deal with
oh,
you because
sorry, I
you're
didn't mean
not.
that. A bunch of
You're not. You're not a good
bunch of,
entertainer. That's on
BDSM
you.
homosexuals. Yeah. No, I think
Grace's
I am
a
a great
good
entertainer.
You're a
and you
bad
know
entertainer.
It, and you know it. No,
Something wrong, Aiden.
you know it.
Ben, I've never thought so. I've never thought that you had the thing. I've never
Yeah,
thought
you
that.
did because you had to scrub my debate off your channel because I'm way more charismatic than you. I'm way better looking than you. I'm
Oh,
taller
God.
than you.
Okay, Ben,
I'm
yes.
more intelligent. I have better education. I'm
So
sorry,
you're saying,
my friend.
so I just want to make sure that I get this right. Your actual position
But I don't
is
do what
that
you
I
do.
removed the debate
People.
from my channel because
What
I
the
was
fuck was
afraid
that
if I
about?
kept it up that you would become a big giant streamer. That's your actual
That's right.
position.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
No,
and-
because you didn't want to collaborate because you recognized that
didn't-
someone was
yeah, 'cause I don't like you,
way
Ben.
more talented
no,
than you.
because I don't
Yeah,
like
and that's
you.
why
Ben.
you don't like me because I'm better.
No, I
at
just
this than
don't like
are.
you personally. I don't
And
like
you don't
I think
have
you're a
to
good
be
person.
better than me. You don't have to be better at me.
I don't
I-
have
we're
to.
not-
And
we don't-
I'm not saying
Right.
anybody has to be better than anybody. I'm just saying I never thought ever, and I've always been very public about this, that you were a good entertainer. I always
That's
thought
a
Grace was a good
lie.
entertainer.
That's a
And
lie.
and here's the thing that's so
That's a
funny,
lie.
Ben, is
This
that
is
I will
lying.
literally say about
You
people I
fucking worship
hate.
me, dude.
I will literally say about people I hate if I think they're a
Okay.
good entertainer or not.
Okay, so you don't think that I bring charisma to the screen and
See you later, Cree Dog. Talk to you later. Thank you for coming by.
energy to
No.
the screen?
You're mostly
Okay,
just
so
annoying.
I'm boring. So am I boring?
You're
Let's
boring.
go into the lie. I'm boring. This is boring.
Yeah.
This presentation is boring.
Yeah, you're a
It's
boring
not
person.
boring. No. It's threatening to you because I have more energy.
You don't
I
threaten
do
me,
this
then.
kick
I
with my
don't give a
neck,
shit about you.
And
Ben, I don't care if
Yeah.
you skyrocket to Mars. I don't care if you get a zillion subs. I don't care if you make $1 billion.
seems like you
Totally
do.
fucking
We were supposed to
irrelevant
have a
to me.
different debate, and it always is about me. It seems like
We were not supposed to have anything. I have
Yeah,
never
we
been
were.
charitable with my
Fine, let's
time
be
to
getting
anybody,
monster.
and least of all you, Ben.
Andrew, you have like some sort of tick. You shouldn't be making fun of people who have, right? You do this constantly. You should take some medicine.
mean move
for
my
that
head
or
around?
learn.
You
Like,
mean I move my head
kinda-
around to position
like
it near the mic, Ben? Why don't you
shouldn't
put
be
your
making
ball
fun
gag
of
back
people.
in?
Oh, you can. I'm
Put
sure
your
you can
ball.
get.
Put your
I'm
ball
sure you
gag
can
back
get-
in.
I'm sure you can get Sleazy to do that for you because you guys have a little dom thing with me, and that's fine with me.
Wait. We're putting the ball gag in your mouth?
Yes,
Why? Because I could have sworn that I saw your hands.
I'm just
put the ball gag
visualizing
on.
your guys' behavior.
Wait, so you're putting a ball gag in your mouth to own Speakeasy for muting you?
That's right.
Yeah, you're a great entertainer, Ben.
Because I'm showing them it's what gay
Amazing.
guys do.
Mhm.
Amazing.
See, if he's a comedian, this would make sense. But it's kind of like in the world of debating, it's like people only know you for the persona that you show, and it's like being a comedian. I don't know. It's just weird because like you can kind of hide your persona behind a joke, and so if when he's doing it in the debate realm, it's like that's becoming who you are instead of who you're mocking.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's a weirdo, and I don't mean that in the sense that I think he did what he's been accused of. I think he's just a weirdo in the sense of he didn't know how to react to those accusations,
Yeah.
and then he tends to enjoy attention, even if it's the bad kind of attention.
Mm-hmm.
So he just does fucking things like a weirdo. That's what I think it
But-
is.
The name change just tripped me out. Did you see I paid for a name change for you yesterday?
Yeah, for the soda, shady
Yeah, I
soda.
thought that.
Yeah, thank you. It was funny though. I'm usually never there for long. I went there for a little bit.
I thought you did pretty well. I thought Abe won, but I thought you
Yeah. Well, I don't think Abe. I don't like 2v2s. 2v2s are weird for me because people
Oh.
overspeak each other anyway. So, um, and we don't have like a like an actual strategy. So he went in with the utilitarian idea, and I thought it was a stupid idea, and I try to bring it back to justice, which is a better idea. Um, so it is what it is. So
I would have liked the thing longer.
you want what?
I said I would have liked the thing, seen it a little longer. Thought the 11 and a half minutes was kind of short.
Yeah, I feel short. But it was a good debate. I think it was pretty fun, nonetheless. So, Cody, how what do you want to talk about now that we've done with this part of the video?
So I have
That's what
when I debate, I have this problem where the better I agree with the idea, the worse at it I am at debate. Do you do you think you have an opinion on if I do really well arguing the opposite position, should I try and stay away from debates that I guess I'm more familiar with or think I would do better at?
Okay, so you just have like this idea that if you know about a position and you agree with it a lot, the worst you do in a debate, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Usually when you don't agree with ideas or you have a iffier position on them, you do better.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I think I think this is what happened to you. You don't really care that much about those kind of debates, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So you are evaluating those debates as in, I think I'm not doing that great. But in reality, you are probably doing better on the other debates, but you care much more about those debates. So you feel more pressure on those debates.
That's fair.
So when I had like my debate with Ashton, Ashton Alwyn, you remember that one?
You'll have to remind me. I feel like yes, but
It was
maybe no.
it was the debate where I didn't want to say church, so I said thing, and I took like the very liberal position, and I used like every single one of the tricks, including the "How dare you? Aren't you
Mm-hmm.
a Christian? How dare you?" Yeah. So I obviously, well, I know I was wrong in that debate. I know I did okay, and I used like a lot of different debate tactics in debate instead of actually trying to have a proper conversation or a proper debate. I was trying to use like a lot of um, talking points and debate tactics instead.
Mm-hmm.
So when we have like a position we want to defend, and it's a or that happens to me, a position that I want to defend, that I'm really passionate about, let's say like AB, I usually go on with like my best kind of arguments, and I feel very pressured at points in the debate to like win it. I need to win it, pretty much. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're
Like
bad at debating what you want to debate. I only think that the problem is you are probably putting way more weight on those kind of debates that on the debates that you don't care that much.
that's fair. 'Cause it's kind of like I get to where I start throwing out like what I know about the subject, and so I'll switch points, and so I'll move on from something that may be really effective, and like I'm blind to it just because it's something that I'm trying to, I guess, elaborate a huge point instead of pinpointing on smaller points.
Okay. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Absolutely. And it kind of makes sense that you would feel that kind of pressure.
and it's new to me. I only started watching like I guess debate probably the first time I seen an Andrew Wilson debate on I think the whatever podcast, and then I realized that he debated it on a platform, so I checked that out, and then which led me to Rob, and then which led me to everyone else. And so it's still a relatively new world to me.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, just a little bit of pressure. I know how you feel. Everybody feels the same way. If you're getting like your toes wet at the same time, and you're getting to um, be more into the debate and having better debates, you'll get better at it, and you'll learn how to fight that kind of weight and pressure on your shoulders. And yeah, it
I
is
mean,
what
I,
it is.
I will say you're a pretty good debater yourself. Like out of you, Abe, let's see, you, Abe, and then Rob, y'all are probably in my top three debaters, and it's just because I don't know a lot of people. I think Andrew's up there, but Andrew never argues topics that I'm interested in.
Like, what kind of topics are you interested in?
I lean more political.
Mhm.
I mean, I do like social, but only certain social topics.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of the whole red pill movement, or I wouldn't say movement, but kind of like either masculine or red pill or gender related debates. I'm more when it comes to social, it's more like social institutions. So
Okay.
I'm more like yeah, I'm weird. So I have a certain I would say those two topics, and then I would probably add mm, probably the more semantic side of it. Like Andrew does that, so that's what I picked up on first. But I guess the topics have to depend.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are you an anime fan?
I love anime, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
But I'm more of a, well, I haven't watched anime in a long time. I've been watching almost purely debates and
I
and
agree.
stuff from like tutorials. I do a
Well,
lot
that's
of
fair.
well, I just finished my bachelor's in
Mm-hmm.
video game design, so I've been doing a lot of like pixel art and stuff like that. Did you see this? Let me change this real quick.
Now, how do you feel about AI when it comes to your industry? Like, are you scared of it?
Nah, I'm not scared of it.
Okay.
No, I'm not scared of it because the reality is that everything games are very hard to make. They're extremely hard. They take a lot of time. You invest a lot of like your life and your time,
Mm-hmm.
and like it has an imprint on you as the artist, and even on you as a programmer. Like you need to be there doing the thing. And
Yeah.
I was talking to Spear about this, and when I asked him about the programming side, because there's all of these stories of guys that, oh, I made my dream job in an afternoon with AI, and he showed it like he said, well, what happens is they make something, and the game is not good. It's kind of unplayable. It is not what you would like to actually spend time with. It's not like they're making a
Yeah.
Final Fantasy game, but since they spent like time and money on it, they're pretending that it's like the next marvelous thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's. I was talking to someone today, and one person that I know has been like really trapped by the idea of AI, and they're like very happy, right? They're like, oh, I get all of these things from it, and they don't realize that the AI is pretty much programmed to give you what you want, even
Yep.
if it's just an illusion, and you're never gonna get the actual thing. So you get the illusion of being and this is something that they made studies about. So they give you the illusion of being very productive at work, but when they studied what people were actually doing, they were actually less productive. So
Mm-hmm.
it's I call it there's a reason why I say that AI is demonic. The idea is not there are little demons there. It's more of it. What it does is try to satisfy your desires, and I know every time I see anything like that going on, anything that's just trying to satisfy your desires, it is not really doing. You're not really doing what you need to do in order to get something good going.
Because I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm scared of it, but I definitely see a dangerous side to it. Like especially when it comes to like certain jobs and it being pointless. Like pretty much all of like journalism can be done by AI. You just need to type in, you know, the code words of the event that happened, and then it can write an article for you. Or even music. I mean, I know it hasn't quite gotten there yet, but I mean, some of the music y'all be showing and stuff like that, I'd be like, damn. At a certain point, do we even need human created music no more, or can AI fill that role?
Well, you can say that it creates things that are semi-interesting or even interesting in my view. Um, like there's a lot of art that is kind of interesting when you see it. The problem is, for example, in video games, the problem is not that. The problem is that it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It's holistic.
Yeah.
So you can have a song that sounds kind of cool, and it's 3 minutes long. But imagine that you need to have a full album, and you need to be able to have the copyright of said album, and then you have intent behind the music. So the music has to feel certain areas or certain parts, and there are ways in the industry that we know how to do that. We know what kind of rhythms, ideas, etc. we want to show.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you can. I really don't believe that AI is able to get that right. I might be wrong. We might be consuming video game or art or products not made by humans that are just there for self-jerking off.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it is at the end of the day. If you're creating the thing that you want for your own, is pretty much like a self-indulgence at any point.
Yeah.
But I don't think that can be done. I think there are problems, especially with AI, that cannot be solved. They're rooted in the soul of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, well, it can do a 5 minute animation now, and it looks amazing. And then you look at the animation, it's fine. But then you're like, okay, fine. Now try to do that with an anime. And it's like, no, it's not possible.
Well, it's kind of like, I mean, even with Chat GPT, like to me, it still struggles to generate images, like especially based on the prompts that I give it. Like it'll always kind of abstract it instead of making like, I guess, exact replicas of what I'm saying. So like I wanted pictures of the founding fathers on like a boat, and I described what they were wearing and who they were, and then it just generated 4 random colonial men on a boat, and I'm just like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, it won't be able to do that for a while, and even when it does, there's a lot of like rolling. So
Yeah, but it'll be helpful in that industry, won't it?
It's random. The problem is that it's
That's
very
fair.
random. So we don't know. You don't know what it's gonna do, and at the end of the day, the whole intentionality of art is important. And you don't know that if you're. I don't even know if you go to like very traditional art schools, you will learn that. I think you need to be able to apply art in something like something like video games to learn the intentionality, or to make movies, or to do something like that. It has to be something you have to sell so that you understand what intentionality on art is. And
Yeah.
it's not mainstream. It's not thought by, like, most artists don't even talk about it. But the ones that need to sell their stuff will tell you, well, the reason why we do this is because we wanted them to feel X thing, and we wanted to have this intention. We wanted us to have this. We wanted us to make you feel this way, and that's intentional. You cannot roll that.
Do you think the AI's ability, I guess, or future ability to generate art, do you think that'll have negative repercussions for culture and a society?
Yeah, I think that we are living like the if we continue on this path, we're gonna be living with the last great artist of, like, our generation. Because there's not gonna be any new like positions for art where people can live out of art. So
Yeah.
there's, like, the amount of people who can make drawings or characters or designs for Dungeons and Dragons is now very limited. There's less and less and less people. Sorry. Hello, Abe. Welcome. Doomerang. Welcome. Yeah, I actually played the Emmett song. If you want me to repeat the Emmett song, you give me a couple bucks and I'll do it. But the free ones are already done.
You gotta get the season pass.
You're gonna get
the
the
only way you
season
can do
pass.
it.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you don't have junior artists working as a junior artist in a studio, you're never gonna get a senior artist on a studio. And people don't get that. They're just like, oh well, we could just go ahead and create art using ChatGPT, and we're gonna get all of the concept art from them, and we're gonna pay the senior artists that are here now. And yeah, but 10 years down the line, there's not gonna be the same amount of senior artists, and 20 years down the line, there's not gonna be senior artists because you don't have any junior artists. And 25 years down the line, we're gonna be dealing with the problem that all fucking artists shit.
Well,
But I don't think it's as bad as people think. I think that AI, we're gonna see the once we have a couple of games that are delayed because of art, and I mean like AA, AAA studios where they have delays because the art is not good enough, or something artists did were not good, stuff like that. We're gonna go back. We used to have these things called artists. Yeah.
they were all gay.
In a way, I understand why God's like, fuck these guys.
I mean,
We don't need the. Oh, you are all so incredible. Blaspheming. Fine, I'll get rid of you. Okay, I understand.
well, the funny thing is it's kind of like, as an artist is living, it's like people repulse that lifestyle. But then he's dead, and then his art gets famous, and then we're like, oh yeah, that guy was fantastic. But it's like the people that lived with him, yeah, he was degenerate.
Yeah, he was like, oh god, this guy, we hated him. So that's why we never bought any paintings from him. But now that he's gone, yeah, he was great.
Not bad.
They're extra special now.
And be like, yeah, now that I don't fucking hate the man, yeah, I'll buy some art.
They're amazing though.
I mean, if you're willing to cut off your ear and stuff like that, like,
But
you
I
get into it.
don't think he was like super horrible. I think he was extra. He was an extra weirdo. So
I don't believe in transformer ideologies where people, cut off their
Well, he didn't cut
body
off
part.
his ear because of transformer ideologies. He cut off his ear because he was supposedly in love with I think it was a prostitute.
Tomato.
Moral of the story:
No.
don't fall in love with a
But-
prostitute.
Well, the wild thing about art, it seems to get better the more twisted the person is.
Well,
I mean, I guess I shouldn't say twisted, but more punishing of a life.
yeah, you can say that. Miyazaki would be like,
Yeah.
he's like
But,
super depressed. He's all the time. He's angry. He's like, AI is like the end of art, and you all suck. And then you see his movies, and they're amazing. Yeah. Super nice. AI. Well, AI is gonna be just. It's gonna end up in forced doctrine, I think. Like, where else can AI go? At the end of the day, it's gonna be like, well, you guys are all dumb. All you need is power, which is the same thing that lefties say anyway. So yeah. Ears are romantic. Correct, Boomerang. Whenever you want to have someone, whenever you have someone you truly love, you cut off your ear and give it to her.
Yeah, I was like, how do you know they really love you until they do that?
How do you know?
You never know until that happens. We're promoting a culture of missing ears.
The culture of missing ears. I think the stock market is actually gonna crash, and the reason why it's gonna crash is because one AI is gonna go rogue in the dumbest possible way.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see that. I mean, I could see it also crashing just because like when it comes to AIs keeping up with the buys and sells, it's like if there's any malfunction in the system, it's like that right there could cause global damage.
Well,
Just like a simple fuck up, I guess would be the best way to describe it.
what would stop an AI from just dumping every single stock the moment the stock market goes a bit down? And then if you have enough AIs doing the same thing every time they see a stock market going a bit down, you can have a crash. And they're gonna be doing the same thing at the same time. So I don't think it's intentional. I think it's just the way it works. They were making Spiro covered these. Oh, crap, Spiro's so good. Spiro was reviewing a study, and it's a game. We're talking about game theory. So the game is. Yeah, we also decided to go live precisely when I went live. It's fine. He's probably giving up an update on the whole thing that he did with Andrew this weekend, so it makes a lot of sense to go ahead and go watch what he's saying. Yeah, so it's talking about game theory, and in game theory there's this game called I don't remember, the Prisoner's Dilemma. Prisoner's Dilemma. So if you both cooperate, you get half the prize. If one of you cooperates and the other doesn't, the one that doesn't cooperate takes everything, and then it just iterates itself, right? You have to decide if you're gonna cooperate or not cooperate. And the most successful way to do it is to cooperate, and then if they stop cooperating with you, you stop cooperating with them. Because if both of you don't cooperate, nobody wins anything. So you stop not cooperating, until he starts cooperating again, and then if he starts cooperating, you start cooperating, until you both are just cooperating, because it's the most the moment you stop doing that, you're gonna end up in a losing situation.
Yeah.
That is the most optimal strategy. AI will never do that. They you start cooperating, you like slide it, you make you go to not cooperating, and it just stays in not cooperating forever. It doesn't matter if you start cooperating again. Nothing matters. The thing is just like, nope, I'm never gonna cooperate with you again.
Yeah.
And then there was another game, and it pretty much played the same way, very selfish way.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have that as that pretty much a prerequisite, and it starts like losing money on a trade, it will just automatically start selling that as much as possible. And I don't think there's nothing anyone can do about it, because that's how it works.
And then that's just going to trigger a bunch of other AIs to then do the same thing.
Yeah, I just think they're going to be at the same time dropping every single stock that they have in something dumb, and it's going to crash that stock, and then they're going to be crashing stocks non-stop until they realize there's a problem and they stop them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have like communicated by the AI people, oh, we're working on this, it was an unintended bug or something.
Yeah. I guess you won't know till we try.
Won't know until we try. Hey, do you want to come up and talk about the debate you had yesterday? We can go over it if you want to. I was gonna go over Spiro's debate, but I'm gonna wait to see if Spiro decides to call. He was live a moment ago, so he might still be live. Yeah, he's still live. He's working on a game. I might be doing art for that game he's working on, and then I think we are going to be doing. I'm gonna be charging $10, and you can have your own avatar.
Oh, not a bad price
for that game. So, let me change scenes real quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop this real quick. Yeah. Have you seen this?
I clicked on your stream earlier and seen that.
Yeah, so this is I'm gonna be making characters like this one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be selling the characters. I don't wanna share that. So yeah, characters like this, maybe a little bit different like this, but kind of like this. And the whole point is to create a bunch of characters. It's gonna be like $10. I'll be doing them on stream. You can decide if you like it or not, and I can make changes to it, to design, while I'm doing it. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Okay. I think I might be interested in one of those. Now, will it be like a fighting game or like a?
I don't know what. I think he said it's a mod, which is a text to. You're gonna be playing pretty much in a text idea, and then you can have like a map, and in the map you're gonna be able to see your character, and you're gonna be able to see like enemies and stuff.
Okay.
That is what they were talking about. We're gonna be doing. yeah.
Yeah. Well, things and stuff and things.
Stuff and thanks, yeah. Hey, Grumple, thank you for coming. Yeah, if anyone wants to talk about their debates or anything, I can give you a link, and I can give you a floor. You can tell us about it today. Yeah. Remember, the PDSD is a true silent killer that we have to bring awareness to. We have to understand what the problem is with it, to take control and accountability for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Emmett, I think I'm gonna step down. I'm gonna go take a shower.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Thank you for calling in, Corey.
Of course, man. I'll be in the back watching.
Yeah, have a
Stalking.
great rest of your day, and thank you for coming by.
Thank you, buddy. God bless.
God bless. I'm gonna take a small little time and go pee real quick, and I'll be right back. If anyone wants to like call in, let me know. I'll put it. In fact, you know what? I am just gonna post it on stream again. You can go ahead and click on it. And once I'm back, I'll let you on. Very, very, very thankful for everyone who's watching. If you can give me a sub, I will be greatly appreciated. Also, go ahead and tell fucking Spiro that he has to come after he's done with his stream. He has to come by, because he has to cope about how bad his debate with Shiva went, especially at the beginning. He won it, and he won it fair and square at the end. But the beginning of that debate was hard to watch, and we're gonna go through it together. But yeah, Spiro, if you don't know who he is, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and share the link. Go bug him, tell him he sucks. He'll be fine with that, he knows. And just remind him that he has to come by and call in, because he has to. So I'll be right back in a second. Let me put the music a little bit louder. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that. Yay, I lost every single person I had watching. Amazing. The best fucking streamer on the internet. Okay, so someone probably will call in at some point, maybe, hopefully. I'm gonna go ahead and just change scenes for a little while so I can check if anyone's in the back. And if anyone's in the back, I'll do all the changes. For now, there's nobody, so I can move back. Yay. There's a lot. There's a Destiny and the Grace debate. Like, okay, Grace, Lord, have mercy on me. Mr. Zeus, Destiny. I want to. Okay.
Hi everybody, welcome back to
Oh Lord.
Thorpe TV
I guess we're watching this. What the fuck? What is going on? Let's watch
on
this.
YouTube and ThorpeTube on Kick. We have a very, very special episode today. Hold on 1 second, sorry.
Okay, let's watch. I don't care about that.
The next day, I woke up to see this. Somebody had screenshotted this and sent it in my Discord. Let me do it like this. Today at 2:35 a.m., posted on Kiwi Farms, Grace Thorpe is threatening to sue Destiny for defamation.
What is this?
And keep in mind, I had not posted this anywhere. I hadn't told anybody I had done this. I hadn't posted it anywhere. So I'm seeing this and I'm like, okay, that's my DM. I did not share that, so Destiny is sending my DMs. Okay. What does the DM say? What was my request? It says, "Hi, Destiny. You are hereby formally demanded to issue a full and fair public retraction of the above," I should have said below, but whatever, "statements concerning me, Grace Thorpe, on the same forums in which they were made." Oh, is my kick stream down? Hold on 1 second, sorry. For the June 17, 2023 X post, you must post a retraction on your Twitter/X account that is clearly visible to your followers and admits that the prior statement linked below was false and without factual basis.
Yeah, we're alone. We can have a better stream with with Pucker and Hookers, I guess. What is this about?
And what am I talking about? What was the actual...
I hate it. The people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're so infatuated with the Thorbs." But what do you want me to say? This is funny.
Tweet?
And this is Raging Tomatoes' fault because she's streaming about this. Sarah's fault as always.
Give me 1 second, let me pull it up. It was this one, which is still active. From Destiny, June 17, 2023, 455.8 thousand.
2 years ago? What?
1,000 views. How long before one of your videos blows up a little too much and someone contacts Child Protective Services, he tagged CPS Jamaica, to recover the children you're abusing with the daughter you've raped and brainwashed? Okay. And we go back here for the August 7, 2023 live stream statement on Playing with Fire. You must publicly retract the statement on your next live stream and or post a public statement clarifying that your comment was false and not based on any factual belief or knowledge, and request removal of the content from third-party platforms if you are unable to remove it directly. And I linked to this exact timestamp.
I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about at the last of this. I hope that Grace stops fucking her dad.
Okay.
What?
If you refuse or fail to issue such retraction, I intend to proceed with a civil action for defamation, seeking compensatory and punitive damages as permitted by law. Please be advised that this letter is a condition precedent to the filing of such an action under Florida Statute 770.01. This letter is being delivered by electronic means for the purpose of providing legal notice under said statute. I have also emailed this to your email, contact@DestinyGG. Sincerely, Grace Tharp. Now, this was posted. The reason people got this screenshot, I believe, was that it was posted by Destiny. Well, no, not that I believe. I know. According to this screenshot, this screenshot was posted in his DGG offline chat. Pretty sure. This is what this is referring to. And his response is, lol. LOL. Somebody else in the offline chat says, pro se. Omega lol. Destiny, time for an actual lawyer. You vs Grace, both pro se. Destiny says, Dr. Feelgood 16 would be interesting to fight this pro se if she filed. We can do a real life legal arc on stream. So, this is his response to my...
This is dumb. This is amazingly dumb. Well, people said she was a little bit starved for content. This is content. I think that's fine. I was gonna go ahead and... Oh yeah, I remember. Let's go to Verbal Combat. I don't care that much to actually spend a lot of time watching that. I got what I wanted. That's fine. I don't think this is a lawsuit that's gonna go anywhere. Mostly because that happened 2 fucking years ago. Fine. I want to open that there. I'm not gonna do a deep dive right now on the Thorbs. First off, I don't care enough. But second off, it's because I actually lose brain cells every time I see their stuff going on. There's obviously a lot of like videos and things and moments that happened during the divorce and after the divorce. Yeah, there's like Mr. Girl who is a freaking weirdo. So I just want to go ahead, watch Verbal Combat, see what happens. It does make sense that there is a bunch of story and lines and dumbness to the Thorbs. It's just not for me, at least not right now. Maybe one day I'll get greased. Maybe one day there'll be a special show for drama so that people can hate me again or more. Oh no.
The
Oh,
information
it's-
shared in these
it's
conversations and
fine.
videos.
Perfect.
I think
By the way, JS did good. Did very well yesterday. Teriyaki was kind of weird. Oh, we're gonna see the struggle session. That's a good one. I will say this though. I think Grace would have had a great career in the space if it wasn't for Ben. I really believe she would be right now be seen as one of the top commentators. Maybe not, obviously not perfect, but she would be like a Lauren Southern kind of thing. I think she could have done a lot better than people give her credit to. And I would also say that it is very, I would even say kind of novel in a sense that she stuck to, she keeps like her dad. But it's a very weird, complicated story, and I don't care enough. I don't care enough right now. I don't. Not doing that. Not gonna put a target on my back. Let's watch the struggle session.
Oh shit! And we have a forced.
ah, fuck, dude.
It's free
debate
will.
topic. Oh shit.
Okay, I believe in free.
I'm gonna try to figure it out as we watch it.
Will, you don't believe in free will.
Oh
Let's go.
shit. Is that how you're gonna roll it? Are you? All right. I mean, I'll do it. You want to do it?
You want to do? You want to try?
It's the first topic, so, and I'm willing to give the chat what they pay for.
I think they're gonna go. I'm not entirely sure what was the exact argument from ISIS. This is, in my opinion, it's an interesting debate. The easiest way to decide if there is either there is or there isn't free will would be the idea of accountability. That's the easiest way to defend. But also the idea of even believing if there is free will or not would have been predetermined. So you wouldn't even know if you can believe in free will or not, since you will be predetermined to believe in said thing. So it becomes kind of a circular idea and logic if you don't have free will. It's like, well, do I believe in free will? Oh well, was I predetermined in my belief? If I believe X, then that means that I actually believe it, or do I have any like free will to believe X or not X? It becomes very circular very, very quickly. So let's see what happened. I remember it was a struggle session of a debate.
If you want to do it that way, I know the 3 best arguments for free will.
I mean, I'll do it whatever way. I'm down. Because obviously I'm on the side of free will, but I'll argue against it just for the sake of entertainment.
I'm just trying to think of a way that I have a chance.
All right, I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. I mean, I may even lose because of that, but I'm okay with that. All right, so that means chat.
Plus, I just want to piss William off. No, I'm kidding, William. I'm joking. Jeez, I'm joking. William will kick me off.
Easy, make him defend that there's no free will. No, I can't make him take a position, right? I definitely, that's why that's not a move yet, because we've talked about that being a move where we force people to take a stance.
Yeah.
It's just such a hard thing to do. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll go against it. It's okay.
I think it'll make it interesting because we've done the, you know.
Exactly. So, chat. This is starting out at 5 minutes. All right. If you guys want to add on a minute, it is 10.
My face
add
is
on
Discord.
a minute, it is 60.
Grumble.
To solo judge. If we don't get a solo judge,
Only
it goes
sometimes.
to the chat poll.
Only
and
sometimes.
the loser of the poll will
I will
lose
show
their
my
soul.
face if somebody calls in. I already did.
Good luck to you, my friend. And since you're taking the affirmative position, I'll even let you start it off.
So I'm affirming that we do have free will. Okay. We're starting. Okay, I would say the counter is impossible because without free will, then love is not possible, and accountability. You can't be held accountable for anything, and love is not possible. So if we can't choose who we love and we can't choose what we do, if we can't choose who we love, then there is no love. If we're forced to love somebody, it's not actually love. And then if we can't be held, if we don't have free will, we can't be held accountable for anything.
Well, when you say
Yes, correct. The love argument's a little bit different because you can, they can answer, well, you're forced to love your kids, and the answer is not really, but you do have certain duty to care for them, right? And most of the time you will love them. So, are you predetermined to love your kids? That would be the next question, and it makes sense in the grand scheme of things. I would recommend people to stay away from those kind of arguments, and this is probably what's gonna happen with Speakeasy. He's gonna get into a semantic argument of pretty much what is love.
choose to love, we can't choose to love. Like, it's not real if we can't choose it, right? What is this love you're speaking of? Is it not just a biological response to attraction and warm feelings?
Shit, this is hard. I've done the opposite.
Well, it isn't hard. You just have to define it. It's like, well, love is in the sense of, hey, I can go ahead and choose to love, but it doesn't even go like in the choosing aspect. You don't have love cannot be if it's not freely given, right? So love would not exist. What would exist is the feeling of it's a different kind of feeling. So he has to go ahead and be like, well, you have some duties and you have certain responsibility. That's not the same as love. Even when it comes to familial love, love has to be freely given for it to be love, or else it's something else. And they will go into this semantic discussion
For so long. Love, yeah, sure. Or any love, any familial love, attraction, lust, any of these things. If we can't,
I don't think lust is really, that's like a biological thing. So like you're going, oh yeah, oh I'm freely lusting and I can stop lusting whenever I want to. It's more of a biological reality thing that we have to be able to control ourselves. In fact, the idea of lust is that you cannot control your desires. That's why it's lusting, which is very different from love. This is a big LJS.
can't choose these things. If they're forced on us, then it's not real. There is no love. So,
well, no, it's just it's determined by the of the state or situation that we're in. This is why people can.
Yeah, but that would be your desires. Your desires determined by the thing that you are in. It's like the surrounding of you can inform your body of your desires. But when we're talking about love, is something greater than So in this case, it would be like, oh well, I have my desire of this thing to be, but my love for you is greater than, so I can withstand my desires for the greater thing that is the love that I have. It's about self-temperance as well. So it has a lot of little details, and you need to be able to have a proper definition of love. If you don't have one, I don't understand why you will make this
Be
argument.
not your biological parents, and you be raised by them and have the same familial love that you have for them as you would as if they were your biological parents, right? That's because it's determined.
Will you? I don't know about that. There's always this, and I think this is nothing new. There's this idea of not belonging that's very imprinted in some kids. So I'm not totally sure.
By them taking care of you in a parent status.
But a lot of
I think that's what we want to believe. We want to believe that if we adopt a kid, that the kid will be like seeing us as their biological kid. You know, it's been almost the same as if we had a kid of our own. It's hard to tell. There's some stories about that.
kids hate their step parents, so they choose. They have the free will to accept their, you know,
A lot of
Do little kids have the free will to accept the choice that they were adopted?
kids hate their step parents. I don't know about that, especially if we were talking about like all the kids that are adopted at babies, right? Like all the babies that go up for adoption, they're 100% of them are adopted. I'd say most of those kids grow up to have the same familial love as if they were their biological parents, and that
I don't know about that. I'm not entirely sure. I think they do have some idea of familial love, but I don't think it's the same. It's a bad situation all around. That's why I really am pro having families. And you know, I do think that we have to be able to, in case the family is. In case you know, there are situations where there's reasons why you would need to adopt somebody, but I think that if you get, I think shotgun weddings are perfectly fine. You have a kid, you're young, you get married, you have a kid, you raise the kid, it's gonna be fine. Most of the time it's gonna be okay for both you and the mom and everybody involved. That's my belief. It's what it is.
it's because of the role that the parents took, not because they got to choose that.
Oh, shit, this is so hard. Oh man.
Well, yeah, it's hard because you don't have an idea of what is the definition of love.
Hold on, I'm trying to put. Man, this is tough. Because that's what I would say. So what would I say if I was you against what I would say? Damn.
Even the fact that we have seen, like, with all these recent discoveries in epigenetics, how we have acquired traits, this would mean that there's things that are determined genetically. That's why certain people are more predisposed to violence, certain people are more predisposed to being horn dogs. It's genetic traits that are being passed down, which would mean that it's determined. They didn't get to choose to have that.
But then it's not real love. It's just it is what it is. Love has
it's
to
what
be a
we
choice.
know. It's real in what we know. It's real in the sense that we get a feeling from it, and we react to that feeling. That's why usually our bodies react to negative feelings in a different way, right? It's not that like there's no such thing as real pain. Just some people are a little more tolerant, right? So we react to different feelings in different ways.
Huh.
The argument from Speakeasy sounds like, well,
Shit, I
valid,
haven't. I
makes
didn't think
sense.
this through enough.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what to say. It's funny.
Like
Okay,
we
but what?
could- the fact that we can't rewind time, right, and see any other decision would mean also that there's no other decision that could have been made.
Well,
Again, it comes from the definition of love. You need to be able to define it and have a proper definition. And the definition is not what I want or what
reading
happens.
chat now. Stop reading chat. Don't read chat. Damn, I'm
This
lost.
is why I do these debates with myself, because I know all the arguments.
But yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I'm trying to flip my brain right now. And it's tough.
Trying to flip my brain. Ah,
Trying to
shit,
flip
that's
the brain.
great.
If God forces us to love Him, and is it over already? It's not over already.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Oh shit! Damn.
JS saw the holes in the argument. He
But you
just
can
took
still
on it
go.
and
We
made
got
it
till
wrong.
6 minutes to see
No,
if we
no,
have a
I
solo judge.
Well, I saw the holes in the free will argument, and I didn't know how to.
Nah,
I think
you saw
Easy
the
did a
holes
good
in your
job.
own argument. You didn't want to admit you was wrong by presenting them.
No, I think Easy did an
Yeah,
excellent job of
alright.
defending my position.
I know all the talking points. That's what
It's
it's
hard when you don't
indefensible,
have a
so there's
proper
holes all
argument
through that
to defend the opposite side, because you don't know what the opposite side is actually going to say. This happens a lot when you have semi or little arguments that are not fully fleshed out, and you don't know what you're talking about. And it's fine. A lot of people have these talking point arguments, so instead of actually having logical follow-up steps to the argument, you have talking points.
That you've seen. I seen you seen them.
No, I think Easy just did a good job of proving that there's no free will.
JS is like,
Because
I'm
I don't
convinced.
know.
I don't know how
you
JS
could just
wants
say a
this.
bunch of words, but we didn't get to the accountability thing, and that's actually the tougher one for me because.
I was
as
hoping
somebody-
we wouldn't get there.
I mean,
Yeah, as somebody who doesn't believe in free will, the toughest one is the accountability thing, and what I would say is we do it for practicality, like we still hold people accountable. We put them in jail and stuff, whether they like it or not, or whether they choose it or not. But
we don't really do that.
I'll take the
we
L
do
on that
it,
one,
but it's
chat. But
not
I'm
us
glad to
choosing
take
do
an
it
L on
because we're
defending
robots.
free will.
You're always
You know, chat, if you want to prove that free will exists, you should vote me the winner just because. It's kind of like Spiro and
Good
Shiva
strategy.
earlier. Shiva made the better arguments, and you still voted for Spiro.
Shiva didn't make the better arguments. Shiva was being a fucking prick. That's why I want Spiro to call in, so I can go through whatever happened with him. That full argument, or that argument was a struggle. That was a struggle. Grumple, call him, please. Anybody. We're typing. Yeah. One other thing. Was there any other kind of debate that was interesting to me? There
Well,
was.
for me,
Actually, there was another debate that was very, very interesting. Damn. I'm gonna look for it, and once I have it, I'll be back. You know what this reminds me of, that JS debate? That reminds me a lot of the Stillman debate, where he had to defend Christianity. He didn't do a good job about that one.
Think about this.
Democrats, can you hear me?
Okay.
Looks like he dropped out from being.
I see him still. I still see him as
Okay,
mic
I
up.
see a mic.
Yeah,
Okay.
I still see him on mic.
Unmute yourself, dude.
we're gonna
Democrats,
go over
unmute
this
yourself.
debate. This is an actual debate that I want to go over with because I see it, and
I'll
I
mod this
know
for you.
I know how it's gonna go for me.
He's got to
in a
unmute
sense.
himself.
So I made a very similar argument with Grace, and I need to defend this argument a little bit. So let's see.
When he
Let's see
unmutes
how it
himself,
goes.
man.
He already
Say-
unmuted
say
himself. He unmuted himself.
Yeah, but there's nothing. There's not. There we go. Something. Can you hear us?
I can. Sorry, it's my first space, which is what I told you in the beginning. So I appreciate you having me on, but I didn't know that I needed my phone to do this, and I'm more of a laptop guy.
Okay, no
Laptop
problem.
guy.
All right. So what's the criticism here?
Well, the claim is that there is no nuance with regards to the death penalty. Either one believes that the death penalty is wrong, or they don't, because there's only one objection to the death penalty, which is a moral one. Either you really believe that someone should not be put to death because you're a Christian or insert religion here, or you don't. Anything other than that is
Oh, I see.
merely an argument to reform the death penalty. And that was based.
I agree with this well, sorry, no, I don't agree with this. I agree, or I think that that it is nuance. So this is a very normal-ish argument against the death penalty. They take away all of the nuance, and then they pretend that you're the one taking all the nuance. It's not me, it's you.
Basically, my
Well, that's kind of a. Well, that's a silly position, though. I mean, you should see the hole in it right away, right?
There
Which
is no
is
hole.
that.
There's no hole.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me give a response here. So, couldn't you be a Christian for the death penalty, but not be a Christian for the death penalty if you have an unjust government who's dishing out the death penalty where they shouldn't be?
At least theoretically, no. I mean, you have to.
The answer to that is yes. You could be against the government that is doing the death penalty in a wrong sense, and you could be for the death penalty if they're doing the death penalty correctly, right? So I don't understand why not.
First, look at the old.
Why not?
I'm gonna explain.
Oh.
First, you have to look at the Old
Okay.
Testament, which very clearly in the Ten Commandments says, "Thou shalt not commit murder." Then you have to look at the New Testament
Yeah.
because that's what we're supposed to, at least as Christians. And I'm not talking about other religions because I am not as versed on other religions. But as a Christian, Christ is very clear in the New Testament about how we're supposed to treat people, and that is you're in essence just supposed to turn the other cheek. Now, I'm not saying that I necessarily.
Yeah, but that's not contending. That's not contending with what I just said. So, if you were a Christian who believed in the death penalty, but believed that the state was unjust in doling the death penalty out, you could hold those two positions with no conflict, correct?
I don't think so. I think that you would have to just not.
Okay, well, what's
believe in
then?
the death
Then you
penalty.
need to. Okay, then hang on. Then you just need to show me the contradiction.
The contradiction is either one really believes that you don't put people to death via the government or by yourself, or you don't because you value human life so much that you don't believe that it's appropriate to punish someone in that way, and that is
Yeah,
and that's
you're
constant.
right. Okay, bro. Yes, it would be if you held the position that murder is wrong and murder is right. That would be a contradiction. That would be.
No, but I don't think nobody has that position when you're talking about the death penalty. I might be wrong, but I don't think so.
P and not P. What's not P and not P is if you say it's the death penalty is justified killing, therefore not murder. But there's instances where the state could do it where it's not justified. That's not P and not P. Do you understand that?
I just disagree.
That's not
I
a
just disagree
contradiction.
with you. I think.
Well, that's nice that you disagree, but show me the contradiction. I'm not interested in your mind state or your feelings. I want to know what the contradiction
And
actually.
I'm not interested in yours. You're just wrong. There is no contradiction. It is a
I'm
flat
just wrong.
statement. You either believe
Right, there's no
you either
contradiction.
believe you don't kill people or you don't. That's it. Anything else is in essence you are.
What is murder?
What is murder? Murder is the taking of a human life.
Yeah, what is it? Okay, that's killing.
Yes.
What's murder?
And murder's a very similar
Murder.
animal. That's one element of murder. is
Yeah,
taking
well, I
someone's
mean,
life.
yes, it is. It is true. Somebody has to die for it to be murder. I agree, but
So yeah, the answer is very simple here. Murder is the unjustified killing of a human being. Killing is just killing a human being. Just oh God, why, why? Oh, I am dreading the part where I'm gonna be having to argue against myself, but it's fine.
killing and murder are two different things, right?
Yes.
Yes, great. Got it. Yeah, wait, got it. So you can be for killing in certain circumstances where it's not murder, then can't you?
I don't think as a Christian you can. I think if you want to talk about the law and how we as people see it,
Okay, hang on. Before we get to the Christian part, we're just looking to make sure that the position's coherent. Then you can refute what you think is Christian or not Christian. Right now, I just want to make sure the position's coherent. Can you believe that you can take life in a way which is justified, therefore it's not murder? Yes or no?
If you're asking me personally, the answer is yes. But that's not the argument.
No, I'm not asking you listen, I'm not asking you personally. I'm just asking about the coherency of the argument itself.
The argument is absolutely coherent.
The argument is coherent. Why? Because I said so. I'm gonna go ahead a little bit further ahead. They just spoke for like 10 minutes on this.
Universal.
And by they, I mean Democrats.
It's unchanging. Yes?
I would agree with that, yes.
Okay, great. Then the law doesn't apply here. So we're just talking about the morality of it itself. So I'm going to ask you again, under Christian ethics, if a man's brutally raping your wife and refuses to stop and you're armed and you shoot him, what are you repenting for?
Well, first, I'm going to say again, you've changed the hypothetical, and that's fine. You've now inserted the word brutal, and you've now acknowledged that you've changed it to acknowledge my.
Oh my God, no. Take hypothetically as well. If somebody's, you go in, you have a gun, somebody is doing really, really RP things to your wife. Should you like kill that person? And the answer is yes. Obviously, there's no ifs and buts. There's a possibility you might need to talk to your priest, about that and go through like heal your soul in a sense if that was a very traumatic incident, which more than likely would be. But you're justified, and you should do that. Absolutely.
You know what? I'll make it even easier. I'll make it even easier, right? As he's brutally raping her, okay? She happens to be on her period. He wipes the period blood off and draws a pentagram on his forehead while he maniacally is laughing. It doesn't change the concept at all. No matter how much more I add to it, it just shows the absurdity of you ducking the question.
No, it doesn't.
Let me respond, shoot his ass,
let me
if you shoot his ass in the
Let me
face,
respond.
then let me ask the question. If you shoot his ass in the fucking face, under Christian ethics, right? Have you done something immoral or not?
I am going to
It's
respond
not immoral.
because you changed the
It's,
hypothetical.
It's not immoral. You're justified. Okay, but this is what I was trying to say, because this is gonna come back with the hypothetical I posed with Grace. It's like, well, let's say that somebody gets in your house and you shoot him and kill him. And she took the hypothetical into, well, there was a person broke into your house, you have to kill him, which is not necessarily true. I was trying to be like, well, you don't know if he's gonna do something to you or not. He just got in. It may be that he was like running away from someone and you just decided to be careful and you shoot that person. I think you're justified, but I do think that changes things, and I do think that you're probably gonna feel bad about it, and you should probably go and go through the process of the repentance, and you'll be, it's actually a good thing for you, especially. Okay, but if somebody's doing something horrible like the raping of your wife in front of you while laughing maniacally, and you shoot and kill him, that's perfectly understandable. I'm fine.
I originally posited that I could point a gun and ask him to get off my wife, and most people would do it. So now you've.
I would be like, no, you. This reminds me of the Destiny Vosh debate. When Vosh was going more and more unhinged, every single time Destiny asked the question about Rittenhouse. Like, what should have he done? He was running away. And then Vosh is like, well, but he didn't say, I'm going to shoot you. People like this don't understand. They really believe they're like in a movie and you have all the time in the world to say the thing that you want to say before you shoot. And they don't understand that it's like second things. It's like in a moment of seconds, he would have taken the gun and, taken it away probably and shoot him instead. But they think that you have to follow all of these criteria. Oh, you need to run away and then brandish the weapon and then be like, I'm gonna shoot you if you don't stop. And then give him enough time to process the information so that he can take a position on whether or not he was gonna surrender. And then have a cup of tea about it. And after having a cup of tea about it and talking to a professor of what are the meta-ethics of the issue, then we may decide whether or not in that specific situation he would have been justified in shooting to save his life. Then we would, hold hands and walk maniacally to the sun as we laugh and chant about how great is good. how great God is, It's ridiculous and it's dumb, and that's not how it works. If you see somebody raping your wife and you have a gun, and even if you don't have a gun, even if you could just pulp him to death, that's you should do it. Even if you go to jail, you should do it. That's a should claim. You should do it. And if they're putting you in jail for doing something like that, then it's an unjust system, and we should change the system so that you go free and that person that is dead goes into the records as the worst possible human being ever. But yeah, it can also be true, by the way, which was what I was trying to say, that it is a very traumatic event, and that you will have to go to church, and that you would have to go through repentance. Even if you're justified, there are moments in your life where you go through, your soul goes through things that they need to go through the process of repentance so that you can be healed. You've been healed. In my case, in my cult, it's different. You send me like $10 and I will heal you. It's a fast. Oh my god. Yeah, no worries, Abe. Totally understandable. Hope it gets better. Your internet. But yeah, in my cult, thanks to the fact that you all will be talking to me directly, we can like fast track your healness.
Change that, which is fine, but I want you to acknowledge you changed it because you want to play this game. The reality is it doesn't change. You're right. The hypothetical, despite your changes, doesn't change. But if you take someone's
the hypothetical, despite your changes nothing. Okay, let's see.
Life, you darn well better repent. And if you don't get that, that's something I would encourage you to take up with your pastor, because if you take somebody's life, that's serious business. It's not a joke. It's not something that you take lightly. I'm gonna guess you didn't serve in the military, and if you did, you didn't see any combat, because it's something that weighs on you when you take somebody's life, even if it's.
This is true. This is what I was talking about. It's like it weighs on you, but that doesn't mean that you're not just that. Like it's the idea of sin. It would be unjustified, although it's a little bit more complicated than that. But you would still be justified in the sinning way. Like, there are things that you do that may have an imprint in your soul that you may need to go through a process in church. That doesn't mean that they are sin, but the process to heal your soul from those like traumatic events is pretty similar to sin.
It's justified. So you better have.
Oh my God! Stop fucking prattling! Stop fucking prattling and just tell me what is unethical about it. Where is it unethical for you to shoot this guy who's brutally raping your wife in front of you, draws a pentagram on his forehead, and is maniacally laughing and won't stop? How's that fucking unjustified under Christian ethics? How?
as I said before, and I'll say again, you can make an argument for justification. All I'm adding to your position is that after it happens, one should probably show repentance to God.
For what? For what?
Taking a life.
Then that would be unjustified, dipshit.
No. It's not for taking a life. It's because of the process of fine. You know what? I'm gonna take my L right here. I'm just taking an L. Just taking an L. I'll take my L in that part of the debate with Grace Thorpe. It's my L. Whatever. I'm coping. No, you're coping. You're coping. I'm not coping. You're coping. The point is, it's true. It's a hard hypothetical. Like, if you don't, it's very hard for people to understand. I'm talking about completely seen. I'm talking about the process of healing your soul. But it would have been better if I was a little bit easier with my hypothetical. For me, it would be like, person goes into your house, you don't know if it's gonna rob you or not, they don't have any intention of robbing you, they were running away from something, you shouldn't kill him, and that would be like, well, I'm justified in doing this action because of what I did, but this is also a very shitty situation. It will also probably have a very bad imprint on my soul and probably will need to go through a process. In his case though, I don't know. I think you're pretty justified in killing the person that is raping. So, you can say it's a contradiction. P, not P. It's not true. I'm not coping. You're coping. Okay. Andrew X-Space was actually pretty awesome, and I'm hoping I will go ahead and watch his 5v1. I don't like 5-minute debates. I hope the idea is different, that they have way more time, and that he has an actual cool prompt. But I might be wrong. I don't know. I am freaking waiting for... Oh, let's watch this. This is gonna be awesome. Oh, I'm gonna give it a like. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna comment. That guitar solo. My dude. So what we're gonna do. You guys ready for a premiere? Are you guys ready? I am ready. 2 amazing people watching me. This is more than I deserve anyway. Let's go and watch Abe's Grift amazing song. By the way, what's wrong with YouTube? Okay, 420. We were at 537 yesterday. What is this? I need to talk to a YouTube representative right now. I'm gonna go full Corin on them. Anyway, let's watch it.
Abe stands tall with his hand in the air. Says he's got a plan to make it all fair. Promises gold, but he's got no shame. Reaching for your wallet in democracy's name. Rock the ballot, Abe's calling you out. Empty your pockets, scream and shout. Freedom ain't free, it's a toll you pay. Give it all to Abe to save the day. He's got a top hat and a hungry grin. Says the only way forward is the cash within. Rifts of hope on a broken string while the choir of the desperate begins to sing. Rock the ballad, Abe's calling you out. Empty your pockets,
Damn,
scream
you're
and
freaking amazing,
shout. Baby, I'm just
Oh,
trying
no. Whew. That's cool. Oh, I hope I don't get DMCA because of that intro. Music is it's complicated. Well, yeah. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time, see if anybody goes on. If nobody wants to come on, I will probably give it a rest. I think most of the debates yesterday were pretty cool anyway. You guys are doing a great job. And yeah, I'll just keep on trying another time. I've been having like bad cough and haven't been feeling really well this whole week since the moment I streamed. I streamed 2 days and then I stopped, and I was just like trying my best not to rest my voice. Also, Abe's channel is amazing. He's been killing it, especially lately. So, you know, I'm trying to give him all of my support if I can. I'm not saying that I am super supportive or he's the reason why. Just trying to support a friend. Yeah. Yeah, I don't this is about to be about call-ins, so I might just end it a little bit early today, seeing as it wasn't like the best probably wasn't the best day to do it, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and chill Abe. He might be on later on today. If I see that anybody is, or is not, then I'll check it out another time. For the people who are here, thank you very much for being here. I'll be, yeah, I'm still a little bit under the weather. I'm not like super in the mood to be waiting. I was hoping to get more people. It's fine. It's not, it's not your fault. I need to be able to probably get a bit more organized or something so that I can have a better show. I'll think about it. I'll become better and more prepared. Yeah. Have an excellent rest of your day.